Hello, Barrett Urshik from Holganix here, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking about right now. Spring is in the air, I can feel it everywhere. I love this time of the year and I love this business. The green industry at springtime, there's like no other business. We're making grass green, we're getting things geared up, we're getting out of the snow and the winter doldrums, we're getting ready to go make things happen. People want to talk to us, and we got stuff to do that people want us to do. I just love it. Only thing I don't like about being in the lawn care business in the springtime is when people ask me to do spring seeding. And it's inevitable. People want you to seed in the springtime. You know, their lawns got beat up last fall, they didn't take you up on that aeration seed offer you gave them in the fall, and they say, hey, I'd like you to get it done in the spring, or hey, I want to sign up for lawn care, but I got to seed my lawn first, and so I need you to come out and do the spring seeding. This year, at least in the mid-Atlantic and the southeastern region of the United States, spring looks like it might be coming a little early unless we get a surprise here with some snow. So you could get out and do some spring seeding and do it early and maybe get away with it. But man, spring seeding is so frustrating because you open up that ground to get that great seed-soil contact, which is totally necessary for doing any kind of a seeding application. The downside is you're also opening that ground up for all the weed seeds that are blowing around that time of the year. And so inevitably, anytime you do a spring seeding, you got to realize that you're maybe taking 2 steps forward and 1 step backward at the same time. Because right with that new grass seed that's germinating, you're going to get a bunch of weed seeds coming up. And the worst part is you can't really treat those weeds that are coming up, the broadleaf weeds and the crabgrass, because you can't risk affecting the seed in a negative fashion. So what I always like to do is tell my clients, when I had a lawn care business years ago, was to, look, if we can wait until the fall to do our seeding, I'd really rather do that. In fact, if I got holes maybe the size of a baseball or smaller, just let me work on filling them in with a great fertilizer program, something that's going to really build root development and in turn build a thicker turf. If I've got holes the size of a basketball or larger, I might have to bite the bullet and do a little spring seeding and do it now. The key is do it as early as possible and use a good starter fertilizer. Make sure that seed can come up and pop as quickly as possible. Holganix, by the way, is a great seed starter. Does a very nice job of cracking that seed open quicker and getting the roots established quicker. The bottom line is, once we get that turf up, we get a couple mows on it, then we can start to delicately apply some weed controls and maybe rescue the lawn before the heat comes in from all the weeds that are going to come up with the grass. So spring seeding, it's a big hassle. Sometimes it's necessary. It's a necessary evil. If at all possible, push the customers into the fall. Get it done then, especially if the holes are the size of a baseball or smaller. Size of a basketball or bigger, if the holes are that big in the turf, you might just have to do some seeding in the spring. Go ahead and bite the bullet and get it done. Use a good starter fertilizer. Holganix is a good thing to consider when you're doing a seeding application.